Welcome all you Capricorns to your solstice reading, and of course all of you in the northern hemisphere are moving into the summer solstice, while all those in the southern hemisphere are moving into the winter solstice. So this will be covering the dates of June 21st up to September 22nd when we move into the equinoxes. And I'm going to do a different type of reading than I normally do for the solstice, and I'm going to start with pulling a card for the energy that you're moving into the solstice with. And of course, any of the cards that I use during the reading, I do put in the description box below. We're going to give these a shuffle and just see what Spirit wants you to know. What energy do they want you to know about going into the solstice with? All right, so for our Capricorns, what do you want them to know? All right, this one right here. And you have the Thinking Man. Yes, definitely card number 46. So the energy that I feel for this before I just kind of check in with the book here too is, of course, it's a 46. You had 6 and 4 is 10. It's endings and new beginnings. And regardless if you're male or female or how you identify, we all have the divine masculine, divine feminine. And this thinking comes in here. It really reminds me of like the King of Swords. It's a lot in your mind. You've been thinking a lot, been in your head, and you're coming into this with this energy where you're so much thinking about your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets and expectations about life. And we'll see what they want you to know about that. But let's see what else they mention in here for this one. It's the male of wisdom and understanding. So this card shows a man standing before an archway, gazing at a crystal in his hand. He is a thoughtful and reflective individual representing the potential presence of a teacher in your life now or about to arrive soon. So this person may be there to educate you in the finer details of your chosen direction, or may be there to assist you in some specific spiritual, mental, or emotional pursuits. The card is telling you to pay attention, for this could lead to great strides in personal or professional growth. This may also be a love interest coming your way, or perhaps just a new male energy coming into your life. But be on the lookout for this guide in the physical world and be open to their information. Learn what you can. A new discipline, technique, course of study, or healing practice could change your life forever. So it could represent, show up in the form of an individual, whether male or female or how they identify. It's a male, masculine kind of power energy, very thoughtful, mindful energy. They can show up as a person, but also can come to you in opportunities as well. So I'm not feeling it's limited to a person, but you have this opportunity coming forward for you. We, of course, are going to dive in deeper. We're going to use these Tarot of Dreams, and I'm going to give these a quick shuffle. And then I'll tell you, as I lay cards for each of the piles, just what they mean and what they're for. One more time. All right. So for our Capricorns, we're going to pull a couple cards here to represent what happened in the past to bring you to this threshold here of this energy that's coming in to this solstice period here. So what do you want Capricorns to know about their past? Okay, actually I want these two right here. Then we're going to pull a couple cards to represent where if you stay on the current track by the end of the solstice, what they want you to know about, like where do you end up? What energy are you at the end of the solstice? Okay. Any others? Okay. Evidently so. This one came flying out. Set that there. And then we're going to also ask just what spirit and the creator want you to know about your solstice period. What information do they want you to know about? Wow, okay. And they want these two here and this one. And then down here is going to be your shadow. What messages from your shadow? Your shadow is a part of yourself. It's like your unconscious, your spirit, your soul. It's your tour guide on this human life experience. Think of a tour guide like in Disney World or Universal Studios. It's someone who understands what's going on behind the scenes and underneath the surface, so they can give you tidbits and information that helps enhance your experience. So this will be what messages from your shadow they want you to know. Okay, that one. What else? Okay, and that one. They are flying out, and they want just that one. All right. So let's take a look here. Let me just get these a little organized here. Not so chaotic. I'm a Capricorn rising. We know we want order. Okay. Actually, they want this one here. Okay. There we go. All right. So we'll start here with the past and see what has brought you into this energy where you're in your mind and you're looking for this expansion of your mind. You're looking for this new knowledge, this new information. So we'll start here, and you have the 5 of Swords. This makes total sense. 5 is all about movement and change of point of view, and swords are all about your mind. This is basically Swords energy here. It's air energy. So it's your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. And this changes because this is like this change of the way you are looking at things. Whereas before, you had this urge within to protect and defend your small t truths, these beliefs that you have had from your human side, all this condition you had growing up. You may not even know why you were wanting to protect something or defend something. You just felt like, well, if that's wrong, then what else is wrong? So I have to prove this is right. This is like this battle that goes on over and over again where two individuals try to prove that their small t truths of the human world are more truer than the other person's small t truths. And the only thing that happens with that is you may win a battle, but you lose the war, right? You may continually be able to defeat the other individual and prove that I'm right and you're wrong, but you lose their friendship or their relationship, right? And so this is this change of where you're going about in your mentality of you are seeing that there's higher truths. You can see in his hand here, he's grasping this one sword very tightly, and that's the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords allows you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher world. And it also allows you to cut away and slice away the small t truths that no longer serve you. So you have been going through this transformation with that. And it allows you to understand, wait, I don't have to defend my truths, because the only thing that requires defending is a lie. When it's a capital T truth, it just is. It doesn't need to be defended. And so you realize this, and you've been going through this transformation about your thinking, that I don't have to, make everyone else believe and think the way I do. I get to choose that for myself. And in freeing yourself from everyone else's influence, you're freeing everyone else's from yours too. You're allowing them to think and believe what they want to be and think how things should be, and you get to do the same. So I love that. Let's see what else comes in here. Yeah, and then the 7 of Swords. So you have the 5 of Swords and the 7 of Swords. So crazy that it's all about the thinking here. And the 7 of Swords is a lot along the same lines of, usually it's called the Deceiver card or the Thief card, but it's your thoughts and your beliefs that you're realizing, through this process here. You realize that what your thoughts and beliefs were deceiving you, which of yours were untrue. And so you have this amazing awareness that has been coming about for a while, that has brought you to this place where you're ready for this, like you said, with this 4 and 6 together being a 10, being endings and new beginnings. You're ready to end old ways of thinking and are so have your mind so open-minded for new ways of thinking. So that's what's brought you here to this threshold where you're open-minded. Oh no. So that is a great place to be, right? Now, if you stay on this current track, these are going to be what you end up with at the, like, what energies at the end of the solstice. Yeah, 10 of Cups, another 10, but 10 of Cups is like total emotional fulfillment. You're just overflowing. And not only are you overflowing on the inside, it's filling you up and it's overflowing out to other people too. So your emotions totally change. This is the threshold, right? This is what you're wanting to head into this new doorway of this new emotional joy, just filling you up, and just, it's like you are this bright light. And this is the transformation, the change that happens because of the letting go of this thinking and with this open-mindedness. Let's see what else they are here. Yeah, and the 5 of Coins. This is making sense too. I mean, you have another 5 here. And the 5 of Coins, or the 5 of Pentacles, is this transition in how you are looking at your worth, where you're looking at your worth from. And you can see here, it's the middle of winter. She's all by herself. She has a little baby. She's begging. She's usually it shows people that are barefoot in the snow, and they've got like one person has a crutch, other person has a wounded head, and here, here's this church, this 5 of Pentacles, but they're outside. They feel like an outsider. They feel abandoned. So this is the emotions of where you came from, because I love this 10 of Cups. It's like, this is like, there's no room in the inn, and they're like, come on in. So it's the difference of that emotion that you're feeling. But the 5 of Coins, like this transition on how you were thinking about your thoughts, this one also changes, because you move from this feeling of being abandoned by everyone in the outside world, like you're orphaned, like you're not getting any support from the humans around you and on this planet, and you feel like you had felt alone before. And this change happens because you realize, as you look into this window, that is the creator, that is the universe, that is the mother and father of all things, and that it is them that give us our sustenance. It's not man that brings it to us, or that gives it to us, or that's the source of it all, but the creator of all things is what brings us what we need in each moment. And this change that happens is you realize that humans might be the shipping company or the delivery driver. It's like when you order something from Amazon. The endless resources of the universe are there, and they are the supplier of it, but who brings it to us might be UPS or FedEx or Postal Service or whatever it might be. But they're not the ones who provided it, they're just the ones who brought it to us. And sometimes the universe doesn't even need a human. It'll just show up out of the blue in some other miraculous way. And so there's this transformation that happens in your worth here, because when you're looking for your worth outside of yourself, and that whether people are going to give something to you or not all depends upon if you're meeting up to their level of expectations. When you're looking to the creator has unconditional love for us, which means not one condition. That's all it takes to make it conditional, right, is one condition. So nothing we can do to earn it, nothing we can do to have it taken away, because it's unconditional and we have it all right now. So you have this transformation of your worth that comes from this as well, which is kind of as glorious as this 10 of Cups. You feel this wholeness and this completeness. You feel this trust in the creator and the universe, that you are going to bring me what is for me, and what is meant for me will not pass me by. So I love that. And then let's take a look here and see what Spirit has to say about your solstice period here. King of Coins. So the King of Coins, one of the biggest lessons that they learn, this is a huge one. I mean, he's been through all the coins, all the pentacles. So he's very wise. He has a lot of wisdom that he brings in with him. And so, this was a huge one. But one of the other ones is that he learned that when he was looking outside of himself for his worth in the outside world, that he felt unstable. And it's because he was looking for those things, like looking into relationships to define his worth, looking into situations like jobs, education, social status to determine his worth, looking into his body and things in his bank account to determine his worth. But all those things are unstable because people change or pass away. Situations never stay the same. And of course, things break down, deteriorate, or are stolen. So he realized that all those things were unstable. And so it kept turning him back inward until he looked within himself and found the unconditional love of the creator of all things, made that the solid foundation of his worth. That's stable, that's eternal, because it's unconditional, like we were talking about, right? And so there is this beautiful message about your wholeness and your completeness that comes through this too. And then you have the Knight of Coins. So, yeah, basically, all the knights have a quest, and the quest for this knight is the Ace of Pentacles, which is the worth. So this was basically them reiterating, yes, this is the search for your worth, your worthiness. Yeah, and then King of Swords. So as I talked about, like, this reminded me of the King of Swords. Yeah, here we go. So not anything else I need to add to that, because this is just so much royalty here coming in. This is basically telling you that any of the individuals that showed up to teach you these lessons about feeling abandoned, feeling worthless, and all this stress, they were of all divine appointments, and that this is the journey. This is exactly what they were talking about. So now let's see what your shadow has to say. Yep, so you have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is a great message, because any of the twos in the suits are basically like, this is your emotions. It tells you that you have two places, two choices. It's like the Lover's card, where it's an emotional choice. Every moment you either can choose fear of losing conditional love or unconditional love. That's what we have. That is the two choices. It's very simple. We either have a choice of fear or a choice of unconditional love. And that's one of the human that we're taught, and all these expectations that are reiterated, and all those things that we're conditioned and taught from when we're very young. This is what it's supposed to mean. This is what it should mean. Supposed to, need to, have to, all that stuff. Or of the higher realm, right? And so this is them saying that, yeah, everything is unfolding for you to realize that you get to choose any moment what emotion you want to feel through anything. And so they're really bringing this empowerment for you here. Yeah, because here's the Eight of Swords. So again, you've got the 5 and the 7 and the 8 of Swords. A lot of this thinking going on here. The King of Swords. It's all about this awareness that it was your own thoughts and your own beliefs and your own expectations that were bringing on these emotions, making you feel like you were trapped, blinded, and suppressed. So you are definitely, this process that brought you here is amazing, because the 8s definitely are this, like, you're ready to leave old ways of thinking behind and move to newer ones. So you are moving to this new level in your thinking, which is very, very clear here. Yeah, well, if we had any doubt, now you have the Knight of Swords. So the quest for higher truth. And so, yeah, I mean, this is crazy. I mean, you've got all of those, and you've got all these coins. So you definitely, these thoughts and these beliefs were zeroed so much on your feelings of worth about yourself. And that's why you're at this threshold ready. That's why your mind is so open. I kind of feel, and I kind of went through this earlier in my life, in my 20s, where I had always done what I felt everyone else wanted me to do. Like, people want to go to a movie. I'm like, I don't know. I didn't know. I'm like, whatever you want to do. I didn't want to let anyone down. And I didn't have like so much of an opinion of my own. I had everyone else's opinion. So depending on who I was with, that was my opinion, right? And if they want to go to a restaurant, I don't know, what do you want to go to? I always put it back on everyone else to decide, because I didn't want to make the wrong decision. I want to make sure they were happy and that I was pleasing them, right? Well, then I had the big aha where I was like, kind of like this energy of, you know what? I want to do what I want to do. And I'm tired of being this restricted and feeling all this ugliness, right? I wanted my truth. I wanted to live my truth. So I didn't know what I wanted to do, though. I mean, I was like, I'm going to go to a movie by myself, which is a huge step. But I had no idea what movie I liked, because I always did what everyone else wanted. And so I started experimenting, and I'd go to a movie and I'm like, I'm going to go see a comedy. Okay, I kind of like comedy. So I'm going to go see a horror film. Oh, horror films were not my cup of tea. Let me go see this. Let me go see that. And I determined my taste that way. Same with restaurants. I used to always go where everyone else wanted. And so I started going to restaurants by myself, even just picking up food. But it was like, what do I want? What do I like? And I kind of feel like this is where you're at. It's like your mind is open and you're ready to step out and to find out what you want to do, what makes you happy. And so this is a beautiful opening for you. We're also going to pull from the wisdom of the oracle and just get a couple cards that represent the advice from Spirit as you're going through the solstice. All right, so what else for our Capricorns? What would you like them to know about the solstice period? Okay, I feel like this one here and this one here. So your first one is not for you. I love this, especially after what I just said. It's like you're kind of going through your experimentation of what you like and what you don't like. It's like, don't be afraid to say, that's not for me. I don't want that. And you get to choose you. I love that. And then you have by the book, which is totally opposite, right? This is like what you're letting go of. It's like being aware of, no, I have to go by the book. This is about flexibility. But actually, I want to read that one first. Let's read the by the book. Yeah, this is about abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural or family customs. It says, the universe works within a structure of divine laws and principles that provides a framework for human experience and evolution. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, the law of compensation, and the law of nature are only a few that are known. These principles create perfect order and operate with a kind of precision beyond human understanding. Even revolution has its place in universal law. Human beings, in turn, have their own laws and customs that vary from culture to culture and family to family. Laws keep social order and govern behavior, reflecting an instinctive understanding that harmony is important. This is a time to learn these laws, and it says to conform to them rather than being the rebel and flouting them. But I really feel there's a reversal of these, and I think that's what they want me to read. Yeah, because it's called the protection, because this is like your big area of transformation, right? It says, now is the time for a real change in consciousness as you are incited to revolt. Challenge the structures that are limiting authentic progress. It is not enough to rebel in small ways. This is a call to revolution. Focus on what you really want to achieve, regardless of whether it feels so outside the box that the established order may reject it. Genius invention, and transformation are rarely comfortable and less likely to be accepted by the mainstream. It may be time for you to say no to the way of your group, take a stand, and make real changes. It could be that the structure of your inner world is alerting you to the need for a complete overhaul. This is a time for transformation, obviously. So let go of the fear of change. I mean, you've got change and change. Your intuition will lead you through the darkness. There's no turning back now. Trust that light will be drawn. Trust that light will dawn. Epiphanies will surely lead to miracles. Yeah, that's totally perfect. And then let's read number 6. It says, there are times when it appears that no matter how deeply you desire something, no matter how hard you work at something, the result you seek always seems to elude you. It is if you don't really get to be in the game and you feel you're just watching from the sidelines. The appearance of this card indicates that you are not going to attain what you wanted, that indeed your dreams for that exact thing, this previous things, will not be fulfilled. I feel like this is saying these are not for you. These old ways of thinking, these old ways of believing are not for you. Yeah, they don't want me to read the rest of that one because they really were like, yeah, this was all about the not for you. That's why they wanted me to mention about what I went through, about trying things out, trying movies, trying restaurants, even trying friendships and different people. And I was like, nah, that's not for me. I don't, I always used to, if someone, I mean, this was like friends too, if people were attracted to me, like, hey, you're really cool, I want to hang around with you. I'm like, oh, okay, whether I wanted to or not with them, because I would just thrived for acceptance, and in relationships too, sometimes it was just if they were interested in me, then I would generate interest in them because that's the way I was, I had no real opinions of my own desires. And I kind of feel like this is like, what a wonderful taste testing that you're going to have for life during the solstice, if you want. Now we're going to pull your final card from the Cosmic Journey Oracle. This just represents, if you heed this advice and you take this direction, what energy do you end up with at the end of the solstice if you take this advice? All right, so let's give this a shuffle. All right, so what's your final message for our Capricorns? All right, that one right here. You got fulfill your destiny as a cosmic change maker. Rebel! That's card number 15. Okay, so let's see what other energy comes with this. So it says, as a cosmic change maker, you can create an impact through empowering those already making an impact, to help the helpers, to support the supporters, to catalyze the catalysts. Call now to your allies of joyful abundance, your magical inner child, your spirit totems, your guardians, and your guides, to awaken you to your full power and knowledge of how this can occur. Perhaps your greatest leverage may be in helping support and augment what global visionaries are already doing in the world. Imagine the ripples of impact that occur in this way. And the cosmic catalyst question for this one is, who do I know who is already making a significant impact, and how may I be of greatest service to them? And the cosmic checkbox for this is, make a list of a dozen ways you can support those you have identified in that cosmic catalyst prompt, and then reach out to make it happen. So I love this because it's like this safe place for you, right? over 3 months, you're determining who you want, what do you want to do, what impact you want to make, and just you're determining your choices, your opinion, your desires, right? This 10 of Cups. What makes your heart sing? What do you want to do? Now, over 3 months, you're like, well, I'm not sure if I want to make this huge leap into doing it myself. But this is like saying, well, you can support those who are already doing that. So, it's like, well, someday I'd like to have a homeless shelter, let's say. But you're like, but I can't do that now. But so my step I can do is support a homeless shelter, or I want to make meals for people and deliver it to them, people in need. And you're like, well, I can't do that right now. I don't feel comfortable doing that right now. So I'm going to support and in some way, somehow, people that do that already. Whether it's giving the food or helping prepare in the kitchen, but I don't want to deliver it yet. Or you can't do any of the other stuff, but they need delivery. Now, I can do it one day a week. It's like that type of thing for you. However you want, whatever makes your heart sing, you can find people that are doing it already, and you can start by being a small part of it by supporting them. You don't have to make the huge leap that will, so you can make change. But I understand, like I said, I'm a Capricorn rising, so my rising sign, I see the world through the eyes of Capricorn. I do not like quick change. I'm not comfortable with it. I need very methodical change, and safety nets is how my human sees the world. So I understand. And I feel very comfortable with that. All right. Well, I love this for you, Capricorns. If you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these readings, I also put out monthly readings for each zodiac sign, weekly energy updates for each zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those, be notified immediately when they become available. If you give this video a little thumbs up, click that like button. Also, click the subscribe button. That gives you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, if you select the all option, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on the channel. Also, doing those things helps spread the love, because when you like a video, share a video, comment on a video, especially subscribe to the channel, the YouTube algorithm goes so giddy happy, wants to share the videos of that channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I'm very grateful for that. Also, these are general readings. If you're looking for even more specific information for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. All right, all you Cappies, as you go through this amazing transformational solstice period, just know that as you go throughout each and every second and every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing solstice. I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon, though. So in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.